Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My wife's battery actually died, so I had to replace it. And when I opened the hood, I saw so much corrosion build up around the battery terminals. So, got a wire brush, scraping it off. As you can see, trying to clean as much of that corrosion off the battery terminal, so I could take the battery terminal off, and then, replace it with a new battery. So after that, I I started taking off the bracket, taking it off its place, you know, normal process with replacing the battery. And once I did that, I had to try to get those battery terminals off, right? So after I did that, what I did was I loosened the terminals, but that didn't work. So I had to get hot water and pour it over the terminals. As you can see how the colors changed as soon as I poured the hot water over the terminals, right? And that's basically the hot water dissolves the corrosion off the terminals. This is an old trick that I learned when I was a kid, and everybody, my family, the elders, this is the trick they use. So you're gonna dry it off after you pour the hot water on, and then you're gonna disconnect the battery terminals. So after you dry it off, here as you can see, I tried to take the terminals off, but they are very tight, and even though I loosened the bolts, I wasn't able to get them off. So I'm gonna use the top screw to disconnect the terminals from the car. And as you can see here, I'm going to start with the negative first, then move on to the positive. Um, I don't know why that is. That's what I was told a long time ago. Always disconnect the negative and then go to the positive. And here you can see I tried to use a hammer, trying to get this loosened up a little bit. But, realistically, it wasn't going to work. So I started loosening the other side. I came to the conclusion there's not enough room to use the hammer to loosen up these terminals. So take off the positive side as well. Make sure I don't lose the nut that goes over the battery terminal. Disconnect and then remove the battery out of the housing. And then you see all that nice clean water at the bottom. Get your towel, clean off all that excess water that has all the corrosion and stuff on there. Clean it off, clean it good. You don't want that stuff on anything. It doesn't really do anything. It just keep it clean, I guess. So dry it off, dry all the hot water spill, like what a water spill is there. Just clean it off, put the plate back, and now we're gonna go and try to take off the old terminals off the old battery. So you can see I'm gonna use a hammer, hit it back and forth, and be gentle. These are copper, so they bent very easily. So be gentle, and as soon as it turns loose, that's all you need. Then you can just take it off and it just comes right off. So I'm gonna do the same thing to the other side. And here we go. This one just came off a little bit harder, but there's a bunch of corrosion chunks inside of this terminal, so this requires a little bit more cleaning. So get your wire brush, go inside, try to dig as much of that corrosion out of that terminal. Do not be gentle. So as you can see, all these like little small particles flying around. Make sure you wear your protective gears, your goggles, so you don't get any of this stuff on there, and you could possibly wear some sort of mask so you don't inhale the stuff. So I'm actually gonna hit it with a little bit more hot water, try to get as much of that corrosion out of the terminal, clean it off, dry it off, and then put it on the new battery. So I got almost everything off. And here now I'm gonna add it to the new battery, so it's easier to actually install it here, rather than put it in the car then install it, since the battery is already out. So and make sure when you guys tighten these terminals, tighten them well. Okay, make sure they don't move, because a loose terminal can also cause corrosion around the battery and the connection, because what it does, it keeps creating a very small arc, and that arc is what causing the corrosion to start. And there are sprays you can use to spray around the terminal, so it kind of prevents the buildup of the corrosion, which I will put the link in the description below for you guys to actually, use the sprayer if you want to. And here I'm putting back the battery bracket. It went on a lot easier than getting it off, to be honest with you. I was kind of surprised that happened. Usually taking it off is a lot easier than putting it back on, but this one was the opposite. And once the bracket is on, I'm gonna reconnect the wires of the car to the battery. Start with the positive, then connect the negative. Again, that's what I've been told. So on here we go. And there you have it, guys. Car started right up, no issues. So if you like this video, please hit share, like, and subscribe, and leave your comments down below and let me know what you think. Peace out.